Hello there everybody, hope you're all doing well. Guy with the Camera 23 back again with this week's Blu-ray update. That's right, no DVDs. Got quite a big stack, possibly even more than last week, possibly about the same, I'm not quite sure. Basically it makes two piles about yay big, so quite a few. And also I'll be announcing the winner of my Studio Ghibli Blu-ray giveaway, but I'll be doing that at the end, making you sweat that a little bit longer. Only 3 people entered, so it's not going to affect too many people, but anyway. Yeah, I'll get on with the update now. Just a few kind of shovelware, get all the shovelware out of the way first, kind of the really cheap ones. And I've got to give a little bit of thanks to Maticus Tatui. I saw his video of his last Huge Stack of Blu-ray update, saying that he bought a load of things from CEX Online, which I've seen other people's videos about doing that, but his was the one that kind of prompted me to actually do it. And these first lot, and I'm saying a lot of titles, are films that are purely upgrading to Blu-ray from DVD. I own the DVDs of all of these, but wanted to get the Blu-ray. And first up is a film I saw at the cinema when it came out in 2006. I think it might have been 2007 by the time it came out in the US, or the UK even, sorry. And it's a Richard Linklater directed film, and most of his films that kind of his more recent films, I'm always thinking that he made this while he was still making Boyhood. I mean, like things like School of Rock, Bernie, Before Sunrise, Before Midnight, and films like that that he was still making while he was making Boyhood still blows my mind to this day. And yeah, the film I'm talking about is A Scanner Darkly. Now, very interesting film. I don't remember much about it since when I saw it at the cinema. I don't think I've actually watched it since it came out of the cinema. But yeah, what I do remember is very, very interesting. Now I don't know if I am pretty certain that they do the acting, the actors kind of do the acting themselves, and then they kind of animate over it. I think it's rotoscoping, I think that's called. I could be wrong about that, but it's that kind of animated acting, I guess. But I don't remember too much about it. But yeah, looking forward to checking this one out again. So that's Scanner Darkly. The next one is one that I haven't seen, so I haven't seen at all. I've had on DVD for just a few months now, so not too long. It's one of those in the vein of, I think on the front, kind of Machine Girl, Rubber Geisha, those kind of Japanese ultra-violent films. It is Dead Sushi. Heard mixed things about this one. I think it was either Film Game Junkies or Adam's Collections 101 that said that he watched it and he was like, he really enjoyed it. It was like a batshit crazy kind of just crazy horror action, I guess. But it looks really, really interesting. Contains the dubbed version and the original Japanese version. Also contains making of, trailers, interviews and things like that. So yeah, a big-ish fan of those. Again, those kind of like ultra-violent Japanese films like Tokyo Gore Police I quite liked, and Machine Girl, which I haven't actually seen, but I've heard kind of mixed things about. But yeah, that's Dead Sushi. The next one is now the one director that you would not necessarily think of directing a war film would be Spike Lee, but there you have it. We have Miracle at St. Anna. Haven't heard much about this, haven't seen this yet, but I don't really know what to expect. I mean, it's a war film directed by Spike Lee. How good or bad could it be? I don't quite know. But yeah, decent cast. We've got John Turturro, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Joan Leguizamo, who else? Derek Luke, Laz Alonso, Omar Benson Miller. So decent enough cast. It looks like an interesting watch. So yeah, that's Miracle at St. Anna. And the next one is a film I remember hardly anything about, although I saw it on TV years ago now, and the only thing I can remember about it is the fact that Matthew Lillard and Tony Shalhoub are in it, and it is 13 Ghosts. Most of these, well actually all of these Blu-rays from CEX Online were, apart from one box set, were less than $5 each, either $5 or less than $5 each, so pretty good going I think. But yeah, that's the front. I really do like that artwork on the front though. It's really, really kind of creepy actually. And you got the regular, what was it, Sony Pictures kind of like that blue kind of background thing. But yeah, it's also got Shannon Elizabeth, Embeth Davids, and F. Murray Abraham in it. So, but what I do remember about it was quite good. So that's just a regular. Actually, inside artwork. Here's the inside artwork of the shaloop on the, or the lube, the shaloop, I don't want to call it that, but the shaloop on the inside. So that's 13 Ghosts. Next up is Todd Phillips' film, Old School. I remember really liking this. Had it on DVD, watched it a few times, really quite enjoyed it. It's one of the first kind of comedies of this ilk that I'd ever seen. I remember watching it on DVD ages and years ago, when I was about 14 or something. Well, I know I was too young to watch it anyway. So yeah, that's Old School. Don't remember too much about it, but because I haven't seen it for a few years. But what I do remember is quite good. Got a good cast in this. Got Luke Wilson, Will Ferrell, Vince Vaughn. Who else? That's about it. I can't remember. And yeah, they've obviously the obligatory Todd Phillips cameo in there as well. Then got a bit of a story about this next one. Basically, I remember seeing this in HMV when it came out, 2011. And I remember looking at it, and I don't know if it was, although I'm pretty sure this was before I actually had a Blu-ray player. So either I was looking at the Blu-rays when I didn't have a player, or looking at the DVDs, and the DVD or Blu-ray, whichever, was about like £20. I'm like, there's no way in hell that anyone's going to pay that, and if they do, they're idiotic. But this is a reasonably hard one to get now, at least for a decent price. Managed to get it for, I think it was like £4, I believe. We have a Win-Win, starring Paul Giamatti, who's one of my favourite actors of all time. There's got Bobby Cannavale, who else? Amy Ryan, and Jeffrey Tambor. So yeah, looking forward to checking this one out again. Haven't seen it since the cinema. So yeah, that's a win-win. The next one is kind of a, like I think a low budget British film. We have Sket. Most of these, like I said, from CEX are just because I've got the DVD, wanted to kind of upgrade to Blu-ray. Haven't seen this one, so I can't really comment on it. It is what it is, I suppose. And if you don't know, if anyone in foreign countries who doesn't know what Sket means, basically it means slut, slapper, whatever. Yep, so that's Sket. Stupid title. Anyway, the next up is a home invasion thriller from France. We have Them, or Il, as it is in French, or is it Ils, or Il, I think. But I think I've caught like the last, half an hour of this on TV a couple of years ago now. I remember the ending about it more than anything else, really. Again, this is another one that's reasonably hard to get hold of for a decent price. Again, I think it's about £3 or £4. And I got a lot of special features as well. Got making of, interviews. Now, I don't know if there's two versions of this, but I'm pretty sure there is one that didn't have any extras on it at all. So I don't know whether that was just a DVD, or I think it might have been just a DVD. But yeah, I'm a big fan of the kind of the home invasion thrillers like Strangers and what the ones are there? Well, those kind of films. So I'm looking forward to checking this one out, and it's not too long either. It's only an hour and 15 minutes. So yeah, that's Them. And then the last single Blu-ray from CX Online, we have F, a pretty decent British hoodie horror, if you count it as a genre. It's not really just really a horror film about these people who get stuck in a school kind of after hours, and these hoodies, or you don't they're not kind of like personified or anything, just kind of like these well, kind of kids in hoodies basically. Oops, nearly fell out of my hand. Kind of terrorising these people, and there's a really cool, quite well, you don't actually see it, but there's a decent kill scene in this, which I'm not going to spoil or show. There's a picture on the back, but it's quite graphic, so I won't be showing that. Yep, get special features, got commentary and making of. Yep, there you go, 18 for strong bloody violence and gory images. I reckon it could have got away with a 15, to be honest. I mean, Mirrors, that film had a similar kill to it in that, and that was only 15, or at least the cut version was. So yeah, I reckon it could have got away with a 15. So yeah, that's F. So yeah, that's the last of the single ones from CX, and the last one from CX Online is a box set. So you have the Scary Movie trilogy, obviously contains Scary Movie 1, Scary Movie 2 and Scary Movie 3, or it contains the extended version, which is 3.5. Big-ish fan of these films. I mean, the first two are really good. The third one isn't that great, and I have to admit that I do actually quite like the fourth one. It's actually, I think it's like one of the first films I ever saw twice in the cinema, but it was a while ago. I know better now. Anyway, yeah, only £12 again. Quite a decent price. But I mean it's quite tatty, so I think I'm going to be chucking this cardboard bit away anyway. So I'll just have the kind of the the regular Amaray things. Again, just kind of the regular one disc. So yeah, that's Going to Be Trilogy. Second one's definitely my favourite. And then the next two are, no sorry, three, well actually kind of two, I guess three, are box sets, or special editions if you like. The first one is a box set that I kind of owned before. I had the 1 to 3 box set, and the fourth film, and well, the fourth official film in kind of just regular Amaray. But I wanted to pick this one up, an absolute steal at just under £11 for 4 movies. It is the American Pie 4-film collection. This is the re-release. The first release had just like a big Amaray case with all the 4 discs in, but this one has 2 Amaray cases with 2 discs in each, which actually works better because I'm not a fan of those massive Amaray ones. It's really hard to close and they just don't really fit very well. But yeah, big fan of these films, the second one being my favourite, and the fourth is very, very good. And yeah, like I say, absolute steal at just £11. Now, I think it might be that price till the end of today, I think, Sunday. So yeah, if you want to get that for a decent price, it's also it's not bad because it's only £14.99 in store in HMV, so you could pay that if you wanted to. But yeah, big fan of these films. That's American Pie 1 to 4. And then the other box set is a box set of a film series that I have a fondness for, well, somewhat of a fondness for. Now, I do know that the final film in this series of films is absolute toss. It's very, very rubbish. But again, I have a soft spot for kind of the other films. The first one being a much-loved horror classic now, even though it was only kind of 2004, I think it was. We have Saw, the complete 1 to 7 box set. Now, this is hard to get for a decent price, but I was looking on AV forums the other day, and someone was selling this for, I think they wanted 33, I got them down to 30, so a pretty decent price for that. It contains all 7 films and the 3D version of the final film. Like I say, the final film is absolute rubbish. I remember when each film came out, everyone on IMDb message board saying, when's Lawrence Gordon going to come back? When's Lawrence Gordon going to come back? Lawrence Gordon's going to come back. And then he comes back in the last film for no reason other than to have him in the film. And then he comes in, like the ending is absolute rubbish. They have some kind of tenuous link to put him in this film that just doesn't work. It's just absolute rubbish. But the other 6 films I again have fondness for. My favourite being probably number 4. It definitely has the best twist in it by far. Well, apart from the first one, of course. But yeah, all 7 films, and it contains all the special features that you would find on the regular Blu-rays. Also, it's better than kind of buying the regular Amaray versions to save a bit of space to get the box set. There is a cheaper way of doing this. I think it's from the Netherlands, I believe. This has kind of English audio and stuff, but yeah, for 30 quid for the UK version, it was pretty damn decent. So that's Saw 1 to 7, or complete collection even. This next one is a very, very gorgeous special edition, and I have to give my deepest thanks to Matikas Tatui. Basically, he messaged me on Facebook the other day, or the other week, saying that the Korean seller he usually uses from eBay had a copy of this title left, and I really wanted to get it. I remember, I think I mentioned it on a video that this was the one I wanted to get that I missed on the pre-order. But it's an absolutely gorgeous edition. I think James Merchant showed his version thereof in his last update as well, and it is the King of Pigs, or is it, yeah, the King of Pigs. Absolutely gorgeous set. We've got the main character on the front is embossed. You've got a kind of embossed title with kind of get the light there, spot gloss in Korean and also English as well. And then we've got the spine. We've got the plain archive. Yeah, didn't actually mention this is the plain archive edition of King of Pigs. It has the plain archive logo on there, and it has the title in Korean, and then even the Blu-ray symbol is kind of embossed in spot gloss. I mean, what other company would do something like that? Absolutely incredible. And then we've got the back there, really, really nice as well. It's got a really nice kind of matte feel to it, no pun intended. Yeah, you get the regular clear Amaray case that you get with most of the plain archive editions. My figures are going up very high. Yeah, but really nice to get a postcard as well. Absolutely gorgeous edition. Might even be my favourite Playing Archive release so far. It's between that and Blue's the warmest colour anyway. Really nice. Again, thanks for that. It was a little bit more expensive than it would be on pre-order, but I was welcome to pay that little bit extra for to get this edition, and I got number 278, so pretty low number. I usually get kind of like mid-range numbers on these Playing Archive releases. And now the only one I don't own is Melancholia, which hopefully, maybe if I kind of want to find one cheap on eBay or something, I'll pick it up. But yeah, absolutely gorgeous edition of King of Pigs. So again, thanks Matt for that. And that rhymed. Anyway, these next few, if I can lift them up, are just random things, a few new releases and a few older ones. First off, I'll show the next two, which are additions to my ever-growing Artificial Light Blu-ray collection. First up is the Michael Haneke directed film, The White Ribbon. It's kind of ironic because even though Haneke is a very prolific foreign director, I haven't seen many of his foreign films, or even any. No, I think I've seen Hidden, I think, but I don't know much about it. But yeah, it looks interesting. I remember when I bought it from CX, I think it was £5, but I had a voucher, so it cost me nought. I remember, the woman behind the counter at CX said, "Oh, this looks sad." I'm like, oh, Jesus, it's a Michael Haneke film, in Christ's sake. Anyway, looks really interesting. It's quite long though, at 2 hours and 45 minutes. No, 2 hours 25 minutes. Well, I'm not very good at times. Anyway, get a lot of special features, making of documentary, interviews and such. Looks really interesting. Looking forward to checking this one out. So that's The White Ribbon. And then the next one, again from CEX, we have What Richard Did, from the very good Irish director Lenny Abramson, who directed very good films like Adam and Paul, Garage, and also Frank, that came out this year. Very much enjoyed that one. This is one of his more understated films about this kind of this 17-year-old, I think about 17-year-old, who basically does something he shouldn't have done, and how it kind of affects his life and the life of people around him. But it's really well made, really well acted. I think what's his name? Jack Rayner has quite a good career in the US now. He was in Delivery Man. I think he's been in another couple of things as well. We've also got Lars Mikkelsen as well. I don't know if he's any relation to Mads Mikkelsen or not. I'm not quite sure. Also Sam Keeley, who you might have seen in the second series of Misfits. So yeah, looking forward to checking this one out again. I don't know if it's the fact that the cover is faded, or if it's just meant to be like that, but it's very, like I say, it's very faded. You kind of see that, but it's not bad. So yeah, looking forward to checking this one out again. So yeah, I think probably Lenny Abramson is probably one of my favourite Irish directors out there. Even though I don't really know kind of that many Irish directors, but very good film. That's What Richard Did. Put those down there. Now the next one, the last one I got from CEX in store. We have a film that I've heard a lot of people talk about. Mainly when it actually came out, so not as much now. We have Liam Neeson in The Grey. I say I've heard a lot of good things about this. Now I'm not the kind of the biggest Liam Neeson fan. I mean, I don't think he's bad or anything, but I know like everyone's like, oh, he's like the best action star ever and stuff like that. I don't disagree with that, but I don't agree with it as much as some people do. But it looks really interesting. I think it's going to be right up my alley as well. About a from what I can tell, it's about a plane, people that their plane crashes and they have to try to kind of survive in the wilderness. It looks really cool though. Got deleted scenes and commentary. So yeah, cost me now again. It would have only been £4, but again, cost me nothing. And then the next one is pick up from HMV. It's been out for a couple of weeks, and I mainly picked it up because it was cheap, and I'm wanting to collect all the 8/8 film releases of classics of Troma films, of which this is one. We have The Last Horror Film. Don't know much about this film, haven't seen this film. As I say, I mainly got it because I'm a big fan of Troma. I wanted to get much of their releases, and also I cannot wait for Toxic Avenger coming out, not this Monday, the Monday after, which is actually my most anticipated release of the year so far. But yeah, this one looks interesting. Got a lot of special features. We've got commentary, we've got introduction by Lord Kaufman, and also obviously HD video as well. Now I believe that this is taken from different kind of video sources, so I think the quality, I think someone said that kind of the quality dips quite a bit, but it looks interesting enough. So that's the last horror film. And then the last three are all films I've seen and all films that were new releases last, or well, this week, last week, whichever you want to call it, well, the Monday after, the Monday last. The first one is a very underrated film, a film that I really liked when I saw it at the cinema. I know James, DVD Collector 1974, said he really liked it as well. That is Labour Day, starring Josh Brolin and Kate Winslet, and also a very, quite interesting name, Gatlin Griffith, quite an interesting name. Now, I took this with a pinch of salt, because basically, I was on Amazon the other day and looking at the new releases, and I saw this, which I looked at, but what I saw was that it was the US, the pack shot was from the US edition, so I kind of took it with a pinch of salt, thinking that, is this really going to come out? Because the films like this don't usually get a Blu-ray release in the UK, it's usually DVD only, but luckily this did, and also, what's the word, not Man the Barricades, well, whatever. Well, it's a big surprise that it also contains all the special features from the US edition, which is a very welcome sight to see, because usually they shed quite a lot of special features. But to be honest, this is Paramount, and usually they honestly just take the US disc and just kind of stick US or UK ratings on it. But again, I'll say like at Paramount, you get the just the no artwork on the disc. But yeah, really underrated, really like this film. Not one of my favourites of the year, but definitely probably the most underrated film of the year. So that's Labour Day. And then the next is a film that I saw at the cinema, really enjoyed. Haven't watched this on Blu-ray yet. I'm not going to give kind of my detailed opinion, because I already did a film review of this when it came out in the cinemas, and it is the newest film from Richard Ayoade. We have The Double, starring Jesse Eisenberg and Mia Wasikowska. Yeah, no, in James Merchant's last update, he actually pronounced her name right, I think, which I'm never going to be able to do, so Wasikowska it'll have to be for now. Yeah, really nice edition. This did have a slipcover, but it was literally just a piece of cardboard with exactly the same artwork on the front, so I thought there's no point in keeping it, so I recycled it. But yeah, it also contains art cards. Really good film though. It's got kind of David Lynch influences in there. And then we have the back there. We've got making of, deleted scenes, extended scenes, and trailers. Yeah, big fan of Richard Ayoade as a filmmaker. Loved Submarine when it came out in 2011. It's one of my favourite films of that year. I'm looking forward to checking this one out again. So that's The Double. Yeah, I'll put a link to the review I did of that down below. And the last title in this week's update, you have a film that I just finished watching about half an hour ago. I did see it at the cinema, but to be honest, I went to a free screening of this film, and it was kind of quite early-ish in the morning, and I wasn't really in the right mindset to see it. But watched it again, really enjoyed it again. We have Starred Up, starring Jack O'Connell, Ben Mendelsohn, Rupert Friend. We've also got Sam Spruill in there, and Peter Ferdinando as well, who I'm a big fan of. Then it says on the front, the best and most brutal prison drama. Oh, the best and most brutal prison. Damn it! Let me start again. The best and most brutal British prison drama since Scum. Jesus, and I do actually agree with that, because it is very dark, very gritty. There's a really cool scene at the end, which is like really well directed. It's really dark, both in content and also lighting schemes. It's like a really cool shot of these guys in a cell. But it's like all like dark red. It's really cool. Really good. I've said it once, and I think I've said it once anyway, that Jack O'Connell is one of the best young actors working in British film today. Soon to be seen in the new film directed by Angelina Jolie, which I'm very much looking forward to, which comes out at the end of the year, I believe. But yeah, here it is, Starred Up. You get a very nice slipcover. It's the same material that you get with the Conjuring, that slipcover. It's kind of that weird kind of like plastic cardboard stuff. It's like got a matte finish on it, and then and the disc and the digital copy. So yeah, that is started up, and that is my update. So yeah, quite a big pile. I'm not going to pick them up because I know I'll drop them. So yeah, quite a big pile this week. I'm actually getting paid next week, so there probably might be quite a lot next week as well. And yeah, that's about it. So yeah, I'll be announcing the winner of my Blu-ray giveaway in 2 seconds, and yep, let's see who won. So yeah, here I am to announce the winner of the Studio Ghibli giveaway that I did in my last Blu-ray update. Got all your 3 names here. Got Stu, MVP, Carl Barrett and Jonathan Thorley. So yeah, what I'm going to do, randomise 3 times, and whoever's at the top will get the Blu-ray. So randomise once, and again. So yeah, the winner of the Studio Ghibli Blu-ray is Stu MVP, and it's exactly in the right, in the same order I put them in at. That is quite interesting. So yeah. So congratulations, I'm guessing your name's Stuart. Yes, congratulations Stuart, if that is your name. So I'll give you a chance to contact me. I'll give you till Wednesday, and if you don't contact me, I'll contact you. So yeah, there we have it. Stu MVP is a winner of that Arietti Studio Ghibli Blu-ray. So yeah, that'll completely do for my update for this week. As always, thanks always for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, and have a great day.